you ever looked in the mirror and felt like something was missing? Not from your face, not from your body, but from somewhere deeper, a place you can't point to, a space you can't touch. Maybe you've asked yourself, why do I feel empty when I have everything I thought I needed? Why does my mind race when all I want is peace? Why does my heart feel heavy, even on days that should be light? If you've ever felt like that, like the world is too fast, like you're constantly running towards something, but don't even know what it is, then pause, right now, just for a moment, because what I'm about to share with you might be one of the most important things you've heard in a long time. Welcome to Wisdom of Sparks. This isn't just a YouTube channel. This is a space, your space, where ancient Buddhist wisdom lights a spark inside you. A spark of truth, a spark of clarity, a spark of peace. The kind of peace that doesn't get shaken when things go wrong. The kind of peace that doesn't beg for likes, followers, or validation. We're not here to chase trends. We're here to chase truth. And if you stay with me till the end of this video, I promise, you won't leave the same. Now let me tell you a story that's thousands of years old, but still lives today in your mind, in your breath, in your everyday choices. There was a monk once, a peaceful, silent monk who lived far up in the Himalayan mountains. He didn't own a phone. He didn't have followers. He didn't even speak much. But kings traveled miles just to sit in his presence and return with tears in their eyes, as if they had seen their soul for the first time. One traveler asked the monk, "Master, how can I become like you? Calm, confident, clear, content with so little." The monk smiled and replied, "I do not do anything great, my son. I simply repeat 12 things every day. They are small things, but they build a great life. And that, my friend, is what you're going to learn today. The 12 habits, simple, silent, powerful, that the wisest beings on earth lived by. Not rules, not restrictions, but habits, seeds you plant in your daily life, so that the tree of peace can grow within you. These habits aren't about becoming a monk. They're about becoming you, the real you. The version of you that doesn't need to pretend. The one that doesn't collapse under pressure. The one that can walk through fire and smile." Before we begin, let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you truly enjoyed a moment without needing to capture it? When was the last time you sat with your breath, without distraction, without judgment? When was the last time you forgave yourself for not being perfect? Buddhism teaches us this. You are not here to be perfect. You are here to be present. And that's where everything begins. So if you're someone who overthinks, someone who feels tired even after a full night's sleep, someone who's trying to heal, to grow, to find meaning in this noisy world, then don't click away. Because in the next few minutes, I'm not just going to give you a list. I'm going to give you a path that begins with a spark and ends with a self you've always longed to meet. You see, we've been conditioned to believe that success means more. More goals, more hustle, more screens, more followers, more achievements, more applause. But Buddhism whispers something different. Less is more. Stillness is strength. Simplicity is power. And peace is the real success. What if you didn't have to run faster, but just had to slow down? What if you didn't have to prove anything, but just had to accept everything? What if becoming a better you had nothing to do with the outside world, and everything to do with how you breathe, how you think, how you live? In this video, I'm going to walk you through 12 life-changing habits, straight from Buddhist wisdom. Habits that will help you calm your overthinking mind, heal emotional wounds, strengthen your inner core, and most importantly, return home to yourself. But this isn't just about what you do. It's about how you do it. So as I guide you through each habit, I'll share with you a story, sometimes ancient, sometimes modern, but always meaningful. The Buddhist principle behind it, and exactly how to apply it to your life, starting today. Because what's the point of wisdom if we don't live it? And hey, if your mind is already whispering, "I'm too busy to change my habits," remember this: the way you live your days is the way you live your life. And if you're too busy to live mindfully today, you'll be too late to find peace tomorrow. So give yourself this moment, this sacred, rare moment to just listen, absorb, and shift. Not for anyone else, not for the version of you you post online, but for the real you, the one that's tired of pretending, the one that's quietly screaming, "I just want to feel whole again." Now take a deep breath. Feel the air enter your lungs. Feel your chest rise and fall. Let go of whatever came before this moment. Let go of what's waiting after this video. And just be here, because this is where it begins. This is where you begin. The ancient ones say, a spark of wisdom is all it takes to light a fire that warms your entire life. So welcome to that spark. Welcome to this journey. Welcome to Wisdom of Sparks. Let's begin. Habit 1. Start with stillness, daily mindful silence. Every day begins with noise. Notifications, emails, plans, pressure. But what if you began with silence? In Buddhism, silence is not the absence of sound. It's the presence of awareness. Buddha himself sat under the Bodhi tree in silence, not speaking, not reacting until the truth found him. He didn't chase enlightenment. He invited it with stillness. When you sit in silence for just 5 minutes every morning, you create a sacred space within yourself. A space where you're not a parent, not a boss, not a failure, not a success. Just a being. How to practice. Sit with your eyes closed. Place one hand on your heart, one on your stomach. Breathe, observe, let go. Do this every morning, before you touch your phone, before the world touches you. This is not a habit, this is a homecoming. Habit 2, observe without judgment, mastering mindful awareness. Your mind is like the sky. Thoughts are just clouds passing through. Some are dark, some are light. Some stay longer, but none define the sky. Buddhism teaches, don't fight your thoughts. Don't fix them, just observe them. When you learn to watch your thoughts like you watch birds fly by, you stop being controlled by them. There's a beautiful Zen story. A man sits beside a flowing river. Each thought is a leaf drifting by. He doesn't grab them, he just watches peacefully, patiently. And in doing so, he becomes the river. How to practice. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Close your eyes, let thoughts come and go. Don't react, don't judge, just notice. The less you fight, the more free you become. Habit 3. Let go of what you cannot control, practicing impermanence. There's a bowl. You hold it every day. It's precious to you. One day it falls, it breaks. You feel pain, anger, regret. But in Buddhism, monks are taught to see everything as already broken. Because everything in this life is impermanent. The bowl, the body, the relationship, the job, even our pain. Anicca, the truth of impermanence, is one of the 3 marks of existence in Buddhism. When you truly understand this, you suffer less, you stop clinging. You learn to love without attachment. You learn to work without obsession. You learn to live without fear. How to practice. Each day remind yourself, this too shall pass. When something breaks, breathe and say, it was never mine to keep. Freedom begins where attachment ends. Habit 4, practice compassion, even for those who hurt you. In Buddhism, the highest form of strength is not domination. It's compassion. There's a teaching. Hatred never ceases by hatred, but by love alone is healed. We often reserve our kindness for those who are kind to us. But true growth happens when we extend compassion to those who test us. You don't have to let them back into your life, but you can release them from the prison in your mind. Not for their peace, for yours. How to practice. Think of someone who hurt you. Wish them well, may you find peace. Let go of the pain, but keep the lesson. Compassion doesn't make you weak, it frees you. Habit 5, speak less, mean more, the power of right speech. Buddha once said, words have the power to both destroy and heal. Every word you speak either waters a flower or fuels a fire. In Buddhist philosophy, right speech means speaking truthfully, kindly, and at the right time. There's a story of a monk who took a vow of silence. For years, he spoke no words except those that were necessary and kind. When he did speak, every sentence felt like poetry. The world began to listen more because he spoke less. How to practice. Before speaking, ask, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Practice active listening more than talking. Silence is not emptiness, it's depth. Habit 6, detach from desires, ending the chase. Desire is not always bad, but endless craving creates endless suffering. Buddha said, desire is the root of suffering. We chase more money, love, fame, likes thinking they'll fill us. But every time we catch one desire, another appears. The cycle never ends until we choose to step off the wheel. How to practice? Write down your top 3 desires. Ask, will I still need this when I'm 80? Let go of one, just one. Freedom is not having everything, it's needing less. Habit 7, daily acts of generosity, dana, selfless giving. In Buddhism, generosity is sacred. Not just giving money, but time, presence, a kind word. One story tells of a poor woman who gave her last coin to a beggar. That night, she felt richer than she'd ever been. Because true wealth is not in what you keep, it's in what you give away. How to practice? Compliment a stranger. Help someone without being asked. Leave a note of gratitude for someone who won't expect it. Give not to be noticed, but to be human. Habit 8, eat with awareness, bhajana sati. Most of us eat with our phones, with distractions, with speed. But in Buddhism, eating is a meditation. One monk said, chew slowly. You're not feeding the body, you're feeding the soul. How to practice? Eat one meal a day in complete silence. Focus on color, texture, flavor. Give thanks before your first bite. You'll find that when you eat slowly, you eat less and feel more. Habit 9, question your thoughts. Not everything is true. Your thoughts are not facts. Yet most of your stress comes from believing them. Buddha taught us to examine our beliefs, not blindly follow them. How to practice? When a negative thought arises, ask, is this 100% true? Imagine telling this thought to Buddha. What would he say? Freedom is not in controlling your mind, but in understanding it. Habit 10, live in the present, anchoring in now. There's no suffering in the present moment. Suffering lives in the past you can't change, and the future you can't control. Buddhism is all about presence. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. Buddha. How to practice? Pick a daily anchor, your breath, your feet, your tea. Throughout the day, return to that anchor. Let it bring you back to now. Now is all you ever truly have. Habit 11, accept yourself, you are enough. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Buddhism teaches us to accept the self with the same compassion we offer others. How to practice? Look in the mirror each morning and say, I accept myself. When you make a mistake, place your hand on your heart. Say, I'm learning. Healing begins with self-acceptance. Habit 12, end your day with gratitude, anasati. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. In Buddhism, one of the final evening meditations is to reflect on blessings. It doesn't matter how small. The smell of rain, the smile of a stranger, a warm cup of tea. How to practice? Each night, list 3 things you're grateful for. Whisper thanks to the universe, your breath, your life. End your day not with regret, but with reverence. Final message. These 12 habits are not chores. They are sacred rituals. You don't have to master them overnight. Just start with one, because in Buddhism, even a single drop fills the bucket. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single flame, and the flame never loses its light. So light your flame, let it guide you, let it heal you, and most importantly, let it remind you, you were never lost. You were always just a spark away. Welcome to that spark. Welcome to your journey. Welcome to Wisdom of Sparks.